For some people, the words aerial yoga intimidate them. Still, this practice is very similar to that of a trapeze artist. I see myself in the Canadian Cirque du Soleil, performing somersaults, climbing, and dropping from a great height, with the only help of a silk cord. So far, I know nothing about acrobatics or gymnastics. If someone asks me about acrobatic jumps, I imagine myself as one of the circus's trapeze artists, which gives me a lot of encouragement to use the canvases. However, at the aerial yoga studio, where I practice, there has been a lot of talk about the magical effects and fun aerial yoga provides. The more I learn about it, the more relieved I am that my comparisons to the circus were as I imagined them to be, and that, in reality, this practice is more akin to aerial skills than to juggling and acrobatics. A combination of dance, gymnastics, and acrobatics are practiced with a suspended rope of excellent elasticity. Aerial yoga combines the use of both the ground and a low suspension hammock made with high-density nylon to explore traditional asanas, or yoga postures, during suspended periods in the air. And like traditional yoga, it also centers on breathing, alignment, contemplative awareness, and blissful flow. As someone who likes new experiences, I am intrigued, but simultaneously reluctant to try because of ingrained fears and distressing stories related to falls or serious injuries. One wrong step and you already know it will hurt much because the yoga mat is not thick enough to cushion the impact. However, I have pushed away the negative thoughts and focused all my energies on just letting go, and then we'll see. The studio is spacious and well ventilated, along with a sense of serenity. 6 well-spaced hammocks hang inside, while a 7th is being installed. There are 6 women, and most of us don't seem to be experts. None of us introduce ourselves or talk to others. There is a certain nervousness in the air. The class is level 1 and is intended for many beginners. Our dynamic teacher, certified for levels 1 and 2, Lynn Henderson, is ready to answer questions about the instructions and adjustments. A few minutes after selecting our hammocks and learning how to align and handle the silk rope in its different shapes, the class begins with a basic mountain pose called Tadasana. I place my hammocks behind me, under my shoulders, and let my arms assume the Namaste pose. I inhale gently and, bending my knees, lean back, extend my arms and arch my back. Exhale, hold the silk cord, and sway forward. As Miss Henderson was describing, she guided us to achieve the aerial plank with some relaxing music in the background. The warm-up routine progresses reasonably quickly, and soon, we perform hip circles. I am right in front of Miss Henderson. From my panoramic view, I can observe how she executes the poses with balance and precision. I listen attentively to her instructions and follow her movements until I accomplish AT, although my execution does not go wrong, and I feel comfortable. Keep your feet together, she describes serenely but firmly. I immediately put my feet together. From there, we begin a vinyasa routine, i.e., a dynamic flow from Cobra to Warrior 2 to Peaceful Warrior. We learn the aerial equivalents of various traditional yoga postures, progressing consecutively. The hammock hanging from the ceiling offers support and allows my body to function against gravity. Here, the physical sensations are more intense and far removed from any other yoga class I have ever attended. Treat any muscular discomfort you experience as if it were a pleasant sensation, Lynn Henderson identifies. We soon moved on to trying a variation of the downward-facing dog pose, and I realized it's not as easy as traditional yoga. Now Lynn awaits us to sway on the hammock, walk forward with our palms on the mat, and lift our heels to bring them close to our buttocks. I enjoy keeping my feet in the air, connecting with my breath, finding balance, and stabilizing the hammock, all simultaneously, as if suspended in mid-air. Occasionally my mind refuses to try it. It conjures up negative thoughts like, "I'm sure I'm going to fall." I reminded myself that I am the master of my mind, never allowing my mind to master me. Never. Not in my lifetime. Only losers let their mind control them. Amen. Lynn comes over and helps us all. Gently, she lifts my right foot off the ground and holds it while I lift the other one. And simply, as if by magic, my legs are suspended in the air. Now adopt aerial vrikshasana, tree pose, she tells me. That means we will have to climb up to the nearby loop, stand on one foot, while with the other foot, we put pressure on the thigh of the other leg, and finally bring the palms of our hands together. I think I'm going to jump, I say out loud. Give it a try, Lynn responds, encouraging me. The learning curve is steep, though after a few failed attempts and concentrating on it again, I assume a position that looks like an acrobat. Well, almost. Next, we try the flying salabhasana position, the lobster pose, with my body parallel to the floor, the hammock holding my hips, and my arms extended backward, keeping the insides of the harness. I start to fly back and forth. I feel it in my torso, arms, and legs, but I feel most empowered and liberated. Wow! Like a bird, like a plane, like Superman. We are finishing, tucked into our respective hammocks, and adopting the shavasana position, corpse pose. I feel an extraordinary sense of relief, satisfaction, and pride. What made that intimidating session a success, and not a struggle? I ask myself. And then it occurs to me, although, on the one hand, it has been very beneficial to perform a vinyasa and hatha yoga practice, the success lies mainly in being consciously focused on the task at hand, in attentively following the teacher's instructions and having complete confidence in the hammock. When you reach that excellent point where fear turns into confidence, you witness the euphoria of floating free. I gained my trust and the satisfaction of swimming in the air.
Well, my dear subscribers and the new want-to-be, I thank you sincerely for watching this video. If you have questions, please write them in the comments below. I will see you next Saturday morning with another interesting yoga video. Namaste. Geo Ramthukar.